Dean Galloway, I'm honored to announce that members of the graduating class, the faculty and staff of Chapman University, and representatives from the Board of Trustees and administration are now present. All are gathered here for the commencement of Dodge College of Film and Media Arts at Chapman University.
Thank you, Andy. Who are you guys? Welcome to you all. Please stand to face the flag. It's back there as we listen to our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation that will be offered by the Reverend Nancy Brink.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us join our hearts and minds. In the beauty of this evening, we gather in gratitude. We give thanks for this new generation of storytellers, weavers of adventure, tellers of truth. We are grateful for the power of story that teaches lessons that we, living our own small lives, might not learn on our own. We ask your blessing on these graduates. Empower them to live out their vision with courage and integrity. Be with us as we celebrate. Amen. You may be seated.
Woohoo, hi. Mr. President, faculty, distinguished guests, honor, integrity, intellect, hard work. These things will get you nowhere in Hollywood. This is the age of chatbots and AI. No need to study, guys. No need to work. Pretty soon, you won't even need to think. That guy fails his graduation. A computer will do it for you. Parents, I'm so sorry. You just wasted 200 grand on a great education when all you needed was a new laptop. Think about it. 200 grand. That's the price of a new Bentley. That's a grand tour around the world. Mom and Dad, that would have bought you your kid a place on the USC rowing team. I didn't write that line. Blame my chatbot. In all seriousness, education has never been more important. We're in the midst of an extraordinary industrial revolution, one that moves faster and more unpredictably than any we've ever known. Call it the information age. Whatever it's called, it's changing everything. And we're not at the end of it, and we're not in the middle, and we may not even be into the beginning. We don't know. To navigate that, education will matter more than ever. And by education, I don't mean learning by rote or memorizing a set of facts or even reading the standard series of great books, including my own. You don't have to read those. And I don't mean learning to operate a camera or an Avid or hanging lights. I mean learning to think deeply and critically and originally. And if we've helped you do that, if we've moved you just a tiny bit forward on that never-ending path, then we've succeeded, and all your effort has been worthwhile. And I want to thank you, all of you, for trusting us with that sacred mission. And I don't mean me, but I mean our truly remarkable faculty and staff. And I want to thank all of you for something else too, because no matter how much we've taught you, you have taught us. You've taught us about optimism, about possibilities, about imagination. And I'll miss you. I will really miss you. There are so many students here, just looking out, that I know. Venk Petula, Eve Gershon, Kyla Heat, Jonathan. We've had students here who've formed friendships that will last a lifetime. We've formed others who will be in business partnerships together for years. We had 2 students who fell in love and had a baby. And I'd like to congratulate Eduardo Novello on his beautiful baby girl. And thank you so much, Eduardo, for naming her Dean Stephen Galloway. I love you. Toby loves you. I can't wait to see everything you'll accomplish. Few people have accomplished as much as our speaker today. She's one of the very few people in Hollywood who truly is iconic. In 1980, she shattered a glass ceiling when she was the first woman to become president of a major studio. But that's not what matters most. In 1980, she became president of Fox. In 1992, she became chairman of Paramount Pictures. That's not what matters either. She's produced movies like Fatal Attraction. She's overseen not 1, but 3 Oscar winners: Forrest Gump, Braveheart, and Titanic. She even has her own Oscar for her philanthropy. She's raised hundreds of millions of dollars for Stand Up to Cancer. She's the former chair of the Board of Regents of the University of California. And today she's the chair of a $40 billion music company, Universal Music Group. And that's not what matters. What matters is this: she's the kindest, most decent, most loyal human being I've ever known. She's proved that you can hold great power with absolute integrity. I'm truly proud to call her my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sherry Lansing.
Wow, I didn't expect an introduction like that. Now I'm going to be the one that starts crying and missing all of you. I am absolutely delighted to be here today. So, Madam Provost, Dean Galloway, who is simply extraordinary, faculty, all of you, parents, and students, I am truly honored and thrilled to be here today. When I look out at all of you, I remember when I first came to Chapman. It was nearly 20 years ago. And even 20 years ago, I was in total awe. Back then, Dodge College was brand new. And now, I'm happy to say, it's the #4 ranked film school in the country. Yes. That is a remarkable achievement, and I have no doubt that very soon you will be #1. But what struck me when I first came here, and what still strikes me today, is that your wonderful ranking isn't just about your incredible facilities. It isn't only about your equipment and your sound stages and your cameras and all these beautiful buildings and fields. It's really about the people, the professors, the staff, and especially all of you, the students. Because it's really the people that make a place special. And the people that all of you have gotten to know so well in these past few years will remain with you for your whole life. They won't just be colleagues and acquaintances. They'll be your support system. They'll be your rock. And I know that many of them will continue to be with you as you thrive in your own careers. Years ago, and when I look out at you, I'm filled with memories of when I graduated from college. I was full of hopes and dreams, and I was also as naive as I was optimistic. I was 21 years old and newly married, and I just graduated from Northwestern University. And I wanted to be an actress. Well, if I'm really honest, what I really wanted to be was a movie star, which is not quite the same thing. But my mom and dad were much more realistic, and they insisted that I get a degree that would lead to a job. So I majored in speech with a minor in drama, and I also got a teaching credential. And then, on a warm summer day in the summer of 1966, right after I graduated, literally right after the ceremony, my husband and I set out across the country in our very little beat-up Mustang. And I remember that we had a tiny little TV set in the front seat, which we hoped would go on occasionally and help us pass the time as we were driving across country. But this TV set would go on and off, so sometimes I'd be in the middle of a program and it would suddenly go silent, so I never found out what happened. But the important thing is, we were headed for Los Angeles, and I was headed for the movie business. We arrived in LA, and I got a job as a substitute teacher teaching English and math in high school. That's what I did by day. But in the afternoon, when I was lucky enough that I was called to have an audition, I would literally pull into a gas station and slip out of my work clothes, and I'd get into some very tight-fitting dress. Now, that's what we had to do at that time. And thank God that's not what you have to do today. Thank God the world has changed. So none of you will have to do that. I was busy all the time. I was running from classes to auditions. And it was a rather stressful time, as my auditions were most often filled with rejections. So as difficult as it was, I tried very hard not to take it personal, and I tried to be persistent.
And then, fortunately, I started getting breaks. I landed my first big role as a sultry Mexican woman. That's also how much times have changed. It was a Western called Rio Lobo, and it was starring John Wayne. How many of you know who John Wayne is? Okay, all right, that makes me feel a little better. I was so excited, and I kept rehearsing with the director. It was a director named Howard Hawks, and I hope a lot of you do know who he is, yes. He'd walk me through every line, and he hated my voice because I have a Chicago accent, and he thought it was too girly. So he would make me talk like this, so I had a very sultry, sexy voice. And so each day, I would go to Griffith Park, I'd tie back my hair, and I'd wrap myself in an old coat, and I would scream and scream and scream, just to make my voice very hoarse and deep. And I remember one day a homeless man jumped out of the bushes, and he was shocked, and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Can't you tell I'm screaming?" And he looked at me like I was insane, but it must have worked because I never saw him again. And then we started shooting. I actually couldn't believe it. I was in a movie as a co-star with John Wayne, who we all called Duke. And actually, he couldn't have been nicer to me. And I was speaking in my throaty voice, not just in front of the camera, but all the time. I was 25 years old, and my dreams were coming true. And then I discovered something quite unexpected. I discovered that I hated acting. And actually, I was terrible at it as well. I hated speaking in that deep voice. The truth is, I hated pretending to be somebody I wasn't. It actually stressed me out so much that I would get this strange kind of pain in my arms and legs. And that was my body telling me, it was actually giving me signals whenever I was being dishonest, whenever I wasn't being authentic. So I knew I had a problem, and I decided that I would go into therapy. And through therapy, eventually, I gave up acting, and I also got divorced. My life was literally crumbling around me, and I felt like a total failure. But nevertheless, I had no choice, so I began the process of looking for another job. And fortunately, I ended up reading screenplays for $5 an hour. I was locked up in an office that isn't even a quarter of the size of this stage. It was a closet, really. There were no windows. And here was the other big surprise and the other unexpected thing. I absolutely loved it. I had found my true passion. I loved reading the scripts. I loved synopsizing them. I loved telling the producer what I thought. This was what I loved to do. It was my passion. And I guess in doing so, I actually found myself. That was the beginning of my journey. And as you heard from Stephen's kind remarks, it led to producing movies as well as running 2 studios. But the important thing is, it wasn't a direct path. It was filled with ups and downs, good times and bad. And I've often felt that success is not built on success, but it's actually built on failure. You learn from those failures, and then you pick yourself up and you start again. So one of the traits that you all must possess is resilience. In the years ahead, from time to time, everyone here will go through a rocky period. You will question yourself, as everybody does, no matter how talented you are. It may take a very long time before you get the breaks that you deserve, but they will come, and they will come in ways that you may never expect. But if you hang in, if you don't give up, they will definitely come. As you pursue your dreams, I'd just like to give you one simple bit of advice, and that is, please enjoy the process, and the results will come. Whenever I used to meet with students graduating, I would ask them what they wanted to do. I knew they wanted to be in the movie business, but I'd ask them, what do you want to do? And they'd look at me and they say, I want your job. I want to be chairman of the studio. And I'd always reply, that's nice, but what do you want to do now? It's very important to have aspirational goals, but it's also very important to have realistic short-term goals. Goals that are achievable, and hopefully goals that will lead to your dream. It's impossible to skip over all the steps. So my advice to you is enjoy the journey, all the ups and downs along the way, and don't just concentrate on the end results. And be sure and celebrate every victory, every small victory, and every short-term goal that you achieve, because that really is the journey of your life. And finally, you are entering a world that is far different from the one I entered at my own graduation. Believe it or not, at that time, there were no faxes, there were no iPhones, and there were no emails. But because of that, we were completely dependent on others for the forward motion of our careers. So if I wanted to audition for a movie, I had to wait to be called in by the casting director. If I wanted to produce or direct a movie, he or she or myself had to seek approval for financing from a studio. But today, because of the technology, everything has completely changed. You can record an audition on your iPhone and email it to the casting director. You can actually make a movie on your iPhone and upload it to the internet, and thousands, tens of thousands of people will see it. Your destiny is in your own hands. So please take control. You all have the commitment and the passion, and you have the greatest education that you've gotten here at Chapman to succeed. I know you all will. So please be persistent, be resilient, enjoy the process, and above all, be yourselves. You are all unique and special individuals, and I actually can't wait to see what you're going to do. Just know that I will be cheering you on and wishing you the greatest possible success. Congratulations and bravo to all of you, and thank you.
Okay, we're still at the beginning of the beginning. I'd like to introduce somebody I truly revere. He was the youngest full professor ever in Italy. He's a great mathematician. He scales mountains for a hobby. He made one mistake in his life, which is hiring me, but please forgive him. If you know his name, you get to graduate. If you can spell it, you get honors. How about that? It's my honor to welcome President Daniele C. Strupper.
Well, good evening, everybody, and congratulations to the class of 2023. I wish you could be where I stand now and see what I'm seeing, because this really is a sight to behold. It's an ocean of faces, beginning here where the stage ends up to the very end of the Wilson Field. I don't know, 2,000, 2,500 people. It's just incredible. Our fantastic students, our faculty, and then the families, parents, friends, relatives. It really is spectacular. It's a wonderful evening. And I'm so grateful to all of you who are participating to this event. Now, my job here is very simple, is to actually present the candidates for the degree. But before we do that, I want to just make two very quick comments. The first comment has to do with something that I realized as I was processing a few minutes ago. And I realized that you, the students, and I have something in common. And I think we all really love our Dean Galloway. I saw the affection with which many of you reached out to him as we were walking, and the exchanges, and that really is something that warms my heart, because we are here for you. And this is not just a university. This is a place where we really want to create. What's happening? And so it's a place where we really want to forge those human connections that are going to be so important in your life. The second thing is a comment that our wonderful speaker made a few minutes ago. She reminded us that you're graduating from the 4th best film school in the nation. And I want you to reflect on that. This is the 4th best school in the nation because of our incredible faculty, because the hard work of the staff that manages the operation day in, day out, because of the work of our administrators, because of the work of the general structure of the university, but most important, we are one of the best schools in the nation because of you. So you are not graduating from the 4th best school in the nation. You are the 4th best school in the nation. And it's something you should always remember. The school is made fundamentally by the students. And what you do now and what you will do, your success, is going to be what is going to continue to lift up our institution. And now I think we're going to come to the business at hand. My job is to present the candidate for the degree, and part of my job is to warn that the candidate will receive the degree that is indicated in the diploma and in the program, pending completion of all the requirements. So those of you who didn't do Math 100 still, we're going to have to pass that before you graduate. And so now I would like to ask the student, the candidate from the Dodge College of Film and Media Arts to please come to the stage. Thank you and congratulations.
Hello, I'm Ralphie Giron, EMBA class of 2014. As your Alumni Association president, I'm thrilled to be among the first to welcome you, our newest graduates, to the Chapman University alumni community. To the class of 2023, welcome and congratulations. What does it mean to be a Chapman graduate? You are now part of a global community that is over 50,000 members strong. Chapman alumni are industry leaders, innovators, and world changers who rise to new challenges and seek opportunities to make an impact. Ethical global citizens who are committed to serving the greater good, who look out for fellow alumni, cheer each other on, and when opportunities come along, always think Chapman first. As part of the Chapman alumni community, you'll stay in touch with the people who matter to you, like your former classmates and the faculty who guided your education. And you'll also expand your horizons as you cross paths with fellow alumni across the globe. It's much more than a network. These are powerful connections that last a lifetime. Together, you play a vital role at Chapman, both on and off campus. From volunteerism and mentorship to attending events and recruiting future Panthers, alumni are the ambassadors of the Chapman experience who inspire each other and the next generation of the Chapman family. Wherever you go, wherever life leads you, you can count on the support of your Chapman alumni community because once a Panther, always a Panther.
Bachelor of Arts, William Connor Yonts. Nicholas L. Clark. Sophia Margaret Bain. Mason Dax Dickerson. Jeffrey Moses Markopoulos. Cameron Shervani Steiner. Katarina Lynn Ludwig. Mackenzie Kate Larson. Kyla Iko Spencer. Anastasia Maria Cuddy. Kathleen Marie Potter. Perla Paulette Nino. Harper Lily Mays. Isabella Sofia Ocañas. Riley Gwen Winters. Natalie Ariel Olson. Alina Rose Sheeran. Kendall Jean Kernan. Langley Caroline Tersani. Emma Ruth Acacian. Lena Martinenko. Alexis Shea Mankoff. Shirley Meng Tao Salas. Riley Mai Takahashi. Emily Catherine Kernell. Yenna Mock. Isabella Michelle McDonald Brent. Seth Thomas Capono Van Dusen. Hunter Douglas Rouse. Caden Thomas McQueen. Jonathan Evan. Catherine Esme Hansen. Olivia Erin Creech. Sophie Caroline Yang. Jacqueline Faith Villarosa. Aaron Eduardo Gutierrez. Julia Coppett. Alexander Sam Hayes. Mark Jeffrey James Weber. Emily Jocelyn. Delaney Shea Wiggins. Stephanie Evelyn Tams. Taryn Teresa Frank Looney. Haley Nicole Reichman. Kellen Rose Jenner. Carter Bradley Kane. Matthew Ryan Gill. Kaya Leave Bingham. Emilia Tess Arnheim. Zoe Drew Warch. Sean Matthew Sweeney. Nicholas Pietro Savini. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Edward Yaroslav Pinkaba. Gabrielle Kate Shelton. Meredith Lee Heika. Samori Cullum. Jesse Antonio Vergara Garrison. Elias Daniel Aguiar Montani. Wendy Medina Herrera. Valeria Nicole Cazares. Gabriela Annalise Lee. Gerardo Antonio Vasquez. Kylia Morgan Lemour. Brandy Lynn Zucker. Braden Skylar Bailey. Austin Ryan Cooper. Abigail Elizabeth Carton. Cole Dean Giacobbe. Madison Michelle Hill. Natalie Rose Cartwright. Elise Marie Ferenz. Noelle Renee Betts. Grace Ann Larry. Tristan Joseph Foster. Nicole Elizabeth Spina. Ruby Lee Colby. Kaylin Ong. Callista Rose Kirk. Colin Pratna Gaja. Megan Janelle Sun. Kai Louis Karafotis. Kiana Mi Yuk Favela. Emma Elizabeth Sexton. Kinsley Carol Rolfe. Peyton Ruth Bell. Jolea Joelle Gillums. Robin Janice Stoop. Sophine Kevorkian. Danielle Arlene Burke North. Daniel Christian Gomez. Emma Gail Charles. Sophie Emma Boble. Taylor Yukiko Sato. Jingxi Pan. Elke Diane Jensen. Sydney Taylor Kaplan. Trevor John Dunnigan. Harrison Tanner Siegel. Audrey Sackler Lamis. Ida Ali. Catherine Kaputska. Devin Ray Sheehan. Jessica Olivia Vanessa Quintos. Katie Ann O'Keefe. Jessica Kasparian. Brandon Sheldon Davis. Michael Anthony Placenti. Liam Blackett Myers. Thomas John Corrigan. Lauren Alia Trujillo. Rochelle Diana Mendola. Lina Muna Itashvini. Brianna Esperanza Puejeda Sumera. Tiffany Jenna Ip. Kylie Madison Shapiro. Asher Edwards. Rafael Ira Kamua. Justin Philip Appel. June Andre Bernardin. Claire Lauren Laudis. Zaid Ezeldine. Jonathan Scott Kuntz. Claudia Sheng. Richard Anis Guar. Eleanor Jean Knight. Juan Mendoza. Keller Clayton Hartig. Travis Russell Snyder. Noah Ryan Sokolsky. Kalaine Sabrina Giammatteo. Tisha Lardizabal. Joshua Chandler Ehrenberg. Jonathan Emil Simon Tyser. Haley Simone Grund. Lior Sirkin Aney. Savannah Castellanos. Cameron Sean Tamar Batiste. Mimi Godet. Carly Alexander Trent. Lauren Rubin. Stephanie Marie Fensky. Trevor Jennings Gore. Zachary Aaron Patterson. Lane Garland Marshall. Zachary Jacob Letson. Grayson Caroline Skalecki. Alexander Sharapov Witt. Sienna Michaelina Vincek Walsh. Emily Thiessen Hewitt. Jessica Wilson. Connor Roberts Wesson. Michael Justin Simmons. Christian Yeager Nelson. Daniel Jorgensen. Blake Michael Seepy. Elia Rose Thornburg. Gaia Adams. Charles Rankin Posey. Kobe R. Rush. Roxanne Victoria Cowan. Cassandra Jane Golonsky. Jane Blair Simonetti. Grant Anthony Michael Peters. Molly Laurel Mulligan. Anna Elizabeth Aronovic. Lily Ray Emelfarb. Bruno Gedelia Jesus. Emilio Medina. Brianna Rebecca Schott. Alexandra Fox Propok. Isabella Grace Miller. Sophia Rachel Kelly. Zachary Joseph Thompson. Emily Ray Ince. Amelia Elizabeth Anbild. Caitlin Sunny Rule. Julia Sosa. Aziza Zadea de Cantuaria. Maylin Lay. Shannon Fan. Aaron Menzo. Jiwan Huang. Braxton James Beckham. Martina Marie Musa. Stephanie Christie. Stephanie Nicole Bushhorn. Caitlin Rachel Snook. Ava Catherine McLean. Audrey Gwen James. Diego Jose Sunico. Michael Sergio Garza. Joseph Eduardo Cruz Campos. Jack Leo Safer. Bridget Lynn McGarry. Tristan Gabriel Barajas. Sailor Jade Walls. Michaela Shea de Blaquier. August French Isaac. Jack Lucas Abramson. Caroline Hannah Settleman. David James Baker. Aiden M. Glickman. Darian H. Bowles. Kalina Jyoti Winstead. Elizabeth Danielle Murphy. Ryan Elizabeth Yost. Colette Lux Grobe. Elizabeth Ann Horbally. Bethany Pham. Charlie Cooper. Matthew Kalauava Stewart. Jackson Keith Millsap. Samuel Lee Adler. Madison Harris Weiner. Saleh Leah Abedi. Aiden Min Cash. Christopher Yamamoto. JC Marine Aiko Punahele Sagun. Hunter Kavailula Noho Kaika. Jaina Corpuz Benito. Joshua Mandel. Sean Milton Lindsay. Nicholas Leahy Griffith. Sina Lisa Crenshaw. Hannah Merritt. Kendra Jean Olson. Jake Matthew Needham. Riley Thomas Stewart. Eve Miranda Gerson. Rachel Aurora Othon. Tikva Mercedes Emerald Velasquez. Devin James Culpepper. Jackson Reed Bennett. Lorian Catherine Simon Handler. Hannah Rose Segerson. Gabriel Thomas. Georgia Branham Markey. Ori Ben Shahar. Anissa Brianne Coomer. Brendan Sage Bamba Ada. Matthew Gannon. Elizabeth Hain Chun. Alyssa Santos Dumlao. Noah John Verov. John Patrick Shipper. Kate Connor Hammond. Sarah Elizabeth Kaiser. Caitlin Fu. Amber Louise Alexander. Grant Philip Keller. Dimitri Mark Keogh. Lucas James Bronner. Matthew Michael Serletic III. Z. Evan David Connor Long. Jenna Nicole Bolina. Abigail Jacobson. Quincy Domingo Eggert. Audrey Michelle Schubert. Amelie Seifert. Benjamin Joseph Rotenberg. Madison Olivia Meadows. Chandani Shah. Jonathan David Middleton. Jack Slade Monroe. Miles Shapiro. Griffin Walker Hamilton. Jordan William Samuel Castle. Hannah Emily Greenberg. Ryan Clover Carty. Jacob Stephen Millen. Jonathan David Oliver. David Allen Norton. Taylor Jordan Mesowitz. Natalie Ann Cooper. Tosca Elizabeth Crummer Johnson. Noah Matthew Campos. Verda Khaled. Jared Lee Parsons. Mauricio Vasquez. Flint Nathaniel Arnett. Sarah Ann Lim. Delaney Margaret Tobin. Jordan David Hadley. Jacques C. Stevens. James Thomas Burns. Michael Kim. Tema Jewel Adler. Rohan Simha Kumar. Ryan James Jimison. Chase Lawrence Shanafelt. Miguel Angel Mendoza III. William James Burney. Chanyu David Jang. Aitong Kristen Gao. Jack Francis Dunn. William McGregor Pulaski. Ethan Bond Huey. Connor Richard D'Angelo. Tess Fortenberry. Paniota Linda Warren. Olivia Patrice Haley. Cameron Brooke Tynan. Cooper Corley Moore. Nicholas Edward Baum. George Zen Stewart. Samuel Daniel Miller. John David Carollo. Samuel Alexander Mandelbaum. Jackson Patrick Hisatomi. Thomas Robert Rubino. Nicolo Amaru Valentine. Luke Ward Binko. Jacob Dean Ratner. Mia Escape. Taylor Madison Weiss. Samuel Archer Wilson. Elijah Kimmel. Ho Chung Tang. Jack Henry Nordstrom. Justin Roy Hurd. Zachary Matthew Alturas Spitz. Geely Chen. Emily Louise Evans. Ryan Elizabeth Maxton. Harrison Ferdinand Di Bartolo. Thomas Henry Patrick Mustard. Jack William Hull. Jonathan Thomas Jacobowski. Maxwell Dylan Potesnik. Maxwell Gustav Wolf. Madeline May Molich. Lucas Barry Bryan. Ethan Michael Dickinson. William Bernard Lewis Abbott. Courtney Jean Archard. Reese Carlton Melber. Abby Francis Little. Brian Bradford Wright. John Leland Stassi. Devin Hoot. Stephen David Brown. Marcus Toe. Kyle William Colby. Stephanie Huang Yip. Olivia Lee Octour. Kaisa Flora Hornes. Soo Kyung Jung. Mina Ashley Farabod. A.M. Havison. Haley Madison Akemi Silva. Yuichi I. Yoshida. Anna Crowley Wren. Catherine Kelly Sakawe. Emma Corinne Patterson. Keel Sparks. Alexa Nicole Grugel. Annika Lang. Aubrielle Yen Marsden. Master of Arts, Owen Rollins Bradford. Austin M. Kang. Afra Cameron Naraman. Bryce Emmanuel Thompson. Francis Anna Wendorf. Marinelle Claire Deathrow. Sharna Rachel Flam. Olivia Rose Edmondson. Master of Fine Arts, Robbie Blue Rivas. Kaylee Marie Wyrostek. Daisy Reyna. Isabella Campillo Valencia. Krisha Kamlesh Bafna. Eduardo Novello. Tivoli Caroline Silas. Mia Patricia Miller. Naomi Alexandria Young. Ryan Jacob Shannon. Cheyenne Kayvon Tebesh. Hanson Yang. Hongji Wu. James Williams III. Yu Zhou. Chantian Zhao. Wuqiu Fu. Yangchi Lee. Zhongchao Liu. Weihao Wang. Lingao Li. Yucheng Jin. Hanyu Gao. Mengchen Sun. Yishuan Li. Joseph Hyungman Lim. Javier Lopez Quintana. Yi Chu. Denali Orion Chin. Kyla Sade Heat Smith. Kristen May Giroux Cook. Ian William Clive Black. Jacob T. Green. Victor Samuel Adame Ramirez. Christian Richard Oswald Ruin. Iman Alexandra Bays. Kiara Rose Donio. Jeffrey Thomas Hine. Harriet Diana Dunbar Bramwell. Tandy Savannah Evans. Starla Blatcher. Carson Dana Kent. Marwan Elmoys Abunura. David Alessandro Oliver. Leo Tian Yu. Hanwen Wong. Shi Yue Shu. Xinyue Alaya Wu. Ro-Yu Huang. Shujing Fong. Yiqing Hu. Emma Taylor Young. Huntley Michael Sims. Romario Alid Norville. Zhuchen Zhu. Chenyue Guo. Jonathan Hahn. Teddy Jiaxin Chi. David Yuanzhi Xu. Xingyi Jiang. Wei Davy Dai. Kexian Li. Shuxi Yang. Yan Hua. Jade Johan He. Risanta Xiaodan Li. Venk Patula. Camille Elizabeth Campbell. Ariel Thomasina Perfecto. Jaquela Francois. Zi Chen. Alicia Mignana Lovelace. Brianna Simone Taylor. Jordan Katz. Sierra K. Hergott. Ramsey Burgess. Betty Shayla Scher. Autumn Caroline Greenwood Hines. Christine Isabel Rosa. Nicole Marie Jowett. Jennifer Alyssa Baker. Latanya Denise Willis. Devin Thomas Kenny. Bailey Eve Corona. Lindsay Aaron Cronin. Alec Bandivolio. Dylan Christopher McDonald. James Michael Fleck. Emma Rose Bazin Enquist. Joseph John Arati Zazara. Michael John O'Leary. Preston Timothy Francis. Taylor Nicole Rowland. Min Kyung Choi. Shnaima Ruth St. Fort. Tiana Isabel Chan. Yuning Wu.
At Chapman, we know that inspiration can come from everywhere. It comes from the countless professors you meet whose teaching and research transcend disciplinary boundaries and push the limits of knowledge and innovation. It comes from exceptional students who are national champions, model UN finalists, film festival winners, advocates, artists, scientists, creators, and classmates who expand your thinking as you introduce new ideas to theirs. It comes from a breathtaking performance, working through a group project, that one-on-one time with a professor who took the time to help you get it. It comes from meeting people with entirely different experiences and perspectives, and forging connections that challenge how you see the world. It comes from your history, your family, your community, your curiosity, and your dreams. At Chapman, inspiration thrives in a campus community that pulses with indescribable energy and an intellectual, creative, and social vibrance. A community that embraces you in a feeling of belonging while giving you the inspiration you need to do more. An academic community that brings a personalized approach to learning, focused on pushing your limits while surrounding you with the support you need to take risks, knowing that if you fall, we've got you. All while connecting you to a worldwide network of Chapman family members eager to welcome you in so you can shatter conventions and rise to the challenges of a changing world. We call it the Chapman Experience. And in that experience, you'll find what drives you forward. Because here, you'll be immersed in the joy that comes with discovery and the thrill of your curiosity driving your experience. Here you'll be challenged not to repeat what's known, but to define what can be. For the world, for your community, for yourself. Driven by curiosity. Inspired by Chapman.
Okay, we are almost there. Raise your hand. Swear after me. I will do my best to stay out of jail. I will only beat up little kids and old ladies. No, guys, that's a joke. On the count of 3, I will declare you officially alumni. Please feel free to cheer. Ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3. Hooray! Congratulations! Oh! Thank you. Congratulations. Bye, everyone.
This concludes the commencement exercise at Chapman University. please remain in your seats until the Grand Marshal, platform party, faculty, and students have exited the field. Thank you.